WSR's presentation of round 10 out of 14 in season 5. This is your commentator, Flip Up here. We are back here for what looks to be a very exciting Grand Prix. We have 19 drivers on the grid today. J707J and Bats Plus are only separated by 25 points in the Drivers' Championship. So I think, yeah, it'll be quite interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna get the stream link out to everybody real quick. So give me one moment to handle that. I have to send it to some people on PlayStation app as well. Alright, we got Wendowski. Jim. Jim, Wendowski, and Curtis. Right? Yeah, Curtis. Alright, we are good to go. Alright, so what's going on with this qualifying session? We currently got J707J on pole position here. It's a McLaren 1-2 with Maldonado off in P2. Then we got Fabiano Bot, last streak's second place, finisher in third, Pastor is in fourth. Then we got Nontas in fifth, Ass Masters in sixth. Permitted Singer, the winner at Japan two weeks ago, is in eighth now, as looks like Bosnia has moved up to 5th. Shahomi's about to start his lap. He is in 10th with Matthew in 9th. Wendowski, new driver, just picked up wing damage on his way to the start of his lap, unfortunately. He is in 11th. Then we got Same TJ in 12th, Dio Rev in 13th. The rest you can look at for yourselves. Currently Bats Plus out of the session. Our championship leader, who has 138 points to J707J's 113, I believe? 115. So it's a 23-point gap in the championship between those two. And if the results were to stay like this now through the race, then J707J would be your championship leader. But that's unlikely to happen, obviously. Fernasco, we'll stay on board with him. Why not? I mean, there's nobody else really to watch at the moment. Bosnia just finished his lap. So we'll stick on board with Fernasco, who's currently on a medium compound tire run. Heading through Sector 2 here at Spa-Francorchamps. Fernasco, he's been a pretty solid driver in his first 2 races in WSR's reserve. He has finished, I believe, top 10 in both. Or maybe he retired last week, I'm not sure, but he was solidly in the top 10 both races. And in Russia, he got a decent result, I think 5th. But now coming through Blanchimont and into the bus stop chicane. Fernasco, can he put it in the top 10 on those mediums? That'd be a very good time for him if he could, but he's going to box. So, that's disappointing. Shahomi will go on board with him. He's been having an excellent season so far. He has invalidated, though. I mean, there's nobody to go on board with, it seems, right at the moment. Same TJ, potentially. Wendowski's about to finish his lap with wing damage. He's invalidated, though. Same TJ. Coming through the bus stop now. Where can he put his car at for the race? What grid spots? Oh, that's way off. He must have been setting up for another lap, I'm assuming. Curtis J, new driver, is invalidated going up through Arouge and Radion. Ooh, our current pulse leader, J707J, he's on a lap. There's not much really to talk about during this qualifying session. Seems there's not been much action since we went live. Jason and some Jason, that's the fastest first sector. I set a, what was it, a 42.8 on my first lap in 4 months at this track. So, I mean, I could have probably gotten pole if I raced. If I'm being honest. Hey, Lolo Prog has joined, new reserve for this week. Oh, and Jason and some J invalidates. Alright, so since Jason and J is invalidated, we're going board to Pastor, who's spun, unfortunately. There's not much to talk about, as I was saying earlier in this qualifying session. I guess DR runs on a lap. Going board with him. He's up a 10th, 2/10ths at the moment. He is currently in 13th with a 45.3, and that's a bit of lag. My stream might cut off a little bit, so. Yep, it is lagging a lot, isn't it? At least with DR on his onboard. He lost a little bit of time in that middle sector, but he's still going to improve, it seems. If he could put it into the 44s, it'd be a pretty good time for Dio. He's another new reserve for this week. We have a lot of new reserves thanks to some of our drivers who've been doing a good job recruiting for our league. And it's really helped attendance. We'll have a full grid today, so that's extremely positive. As DRM improves by a second in that final sector. Nice time for him. Puts him into the top 10 for Dio. Nice work by him. Curtis J3 currently on the lap in the Aston Martin in the British Racing Green. Coming through sector 2 now. Ooh, that Puan is such a nice corner to look at from this overhead view, if you want to call it that. Broadcast view. And then we get this shitty view. We'll have to deal with it. UK Demon retires in 17th place. We'll have to make up ground during the race today. The gaps currently are quite big, if I'm being honest. I know this track is very long, but there's a lot of corners where you aren't really gaining any time on your competitors like Blanchimont or Rouge, Radion, even Puan to an extent. Although, you can mess up that corner pretty bad. Curtis J3 coming through the final couple corners now. Oh, he gets a little bit of a tank slapper as he hits that curb. We'll see what he can do, though. It's going to be a 44 for Curtis. It's a 51, apparently. It's 44.5. Yeah, that's what I thought. Who should be on board with? Who? I think Tapastor might be on the lap. He's invalidated. He's 5/10ths up, though. He could have gone on to pole position, Tapastor, but he's absolutely fucked it all up. Sorry for my language. McLaren. Maldonado off. Invalidated. Fight me now, bot. He's on a lap right now. We'll go on board with him. The Alfa Romeo driver. He's got a Williams behind him. I'm guessing. So, oh my gosh! Fight me now, bot. That was really stupid. Hopefully, is that Nantas he screwed over? No. It was Matthew. I don't know what he was doing. That was just clumsy from Fight Me. Alright, did anybody else improve that we missed? Shomi did move up. Bosnia's currently on a lap too. A little bit deep. Can he put in the top 5 though? Not gonna happen. I sound like a robot? I know I do, man. There's nothing to talk about. Hold up, I'll be right back. And we'll go through a qualifying rundown on the formation lap. Hopefully I won't sound like as much of a robot, because that's what the pastor's saying. No, I don't mean comms, bro. The quality's... Oh, fuck. That's not good. Shit. Is that actually that bad? Comms, bro. The quality's... Oh, fuck. That's not good. It doesn't sound that bad. What the f... Maybe it's your Belgian Wi-Fi. Just to clean something up real quick. 20 drivers. Jim just lagged out, I think, so I sent him an invite to try and get back in, hopefully. Alright. We'll get everything up here in a moment. Alright! Top 10 on the soft compound tire. 11th and 12th. For the red and permitted, Singer are on the mediums. Matthew and Skady, DR Rum. They are both on the softs, 13th and 14th. Curtis J in 15th on the mediums. 16th and 17th on the softs. UK Demon on the mediums. Bats Plus on the softs. And Lolo Prague in last place. He's on the mediums. So good luck to all the drivers. J707J looking to get his way back into the championship fight here. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But it should be quite interesting. I think there might be a few safety cars. I could be wrong on that though. I feel like Eau Rouge, Pouon's a really difficult corner at this track, even for me. That's what I noticed. Like some of these corners are very difficult. I think we could see a few big crashes, especially from guys like Femi. How in the world is Wendowski up into third? Did he qualify in third and I didn't notice? Sorry if I didn't see that. But impressive for him if he did. Femi causing that incident with whoever that Williams was, it was Matthew at the end of quali. I mean, I wasn't too happy about that. That was really stupid and clumsy. And he'll be getting reported to the steward's room by myself. I'm the steward. So I want to see that. I want to see the POV. I actually meant to do that. Xiaomi in 5th. In that nice white Red Bull livery. We'll see what he can do. Okay. But we'll see what these two McLarens can do. I think it's going to be really interesting because they're going to try and find out the pack behind. I know J707J is the police driver. Maldonado can keep with him. We'll see if they fight. I know they'll probably be in their party together, fooling around, but I wouldn't count out this Wendowski guy, the Brazilian. But you always have to watch out for those Brazilians, man. I don't care how quick or clean they are. It's just the stereotype that comes from them. Nothing personal to Wendowski. We see it with Rodrigo Cunha. Anytime he races, he's always drunk. But that's besides the point. We'll be getting started here pretty soon. Let's get into your grid spot, Lolo. Alright. And we are getting ready for the 5 red lights here at the Belgian Grand Prix round 10 out of 14 in the WSR Championship. 5 red lights are on. And it's lights on, away we go. J707J doesn't get a great start here. Down into turn 1, Cam Maldonado off, take the lead. He's going around the outside. What a shitty camera angle. But there goes, yeah, J7J is in the lead. Wendowski in third. As we go up the hill, it's going to be side by side for 5th place. Oh, Show Me backs out. But Maldonado off is in the slipstream of his teammate J707J as they head through Eau Rouge now. Down onto the Camel Straight. Maldonado off, won't be able to make a move, but further back, Wendowski is getting pounced on by Pastor into Lake Hum. Wendowski's going to be able to keep ahead here. Oh, Pastor goes a little bit wide. Here comes Bot around the outside. Oh, and Bot turns in on him and spins Pastor. The Belgian in his home race goes flying down the order. Further back, further red, and Fernasco going side by side here. Fernasco going round the outside. Oh, at the no-name corner, United Bosnia's off as, oh, another person's off. That is Curtis. Curtis is on a spin in his debut race. Oh, this virtual safety car's been deployed. Curtis, unfortunately for him, it looked like he had contact with one of the drivers. It may have been permitted Singer, might have been Bats Plus, but there was a lot of chaos in this opening exchanges. Let's go look at the position change real quick. Yeah, Bosnia down 10, Tabasco down 13, Curtis down 5. Bats Plus up 8. Matthews had a collision with Dio. And he's fallen way back. He doesn't have any wing damage though. Let's look at Curtis. Does Curtis have... Oh, Curtis has lost his whole wing. So he had contact coming out of the no-name corner with... I don't know who it was. It might have been Permitted Singer. I don't know, but it's really tough for Curtis in his debut race. Well, hopefully he can get back up the order. Fred the Red made up 4 spots. Pretty impressive. But we're still under VSC conditions here at Spa-Francorchamps. It looked like for a second Maldonado off may have a chance to get into the lead of the race. Rum is pitting, I'm assuming, for a nose change. Same with Curtis. He'll be pitting. UK Demons pitting as well. So that's not good for the Alpine team. They are double stacking here. Rum. Nose change, yep. Oh, it's going to be a long pit stop for UK Demon. As the virtual safety car ends, Bot's going to drive through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. That is a mistake you do not want to make here. Very poor mistake there from Bot, who's in an absolute shocker of a race so far. Here comes Acid Masters on Fernasco, down into Lake Hom. Not going to be able to make the move there. Further back, United Bosnia. Oh, it's Bot is out of wreck. Bot is wrecked coming out of this corner. Where did he wreck that? Zach, sorry. Missed that. Oh, on that right-hand side. Interesting. Oh, it's J707J is spun as well. So it's all falling apart for these guys. Bats Plus getting by J707J. We'll see if J707J can get by Bats Plus. They're going side by side into turn 13, 14. I'm not sure which. Oh, Bats Plus! Wow, Bats! What a freaking save! That was unbelievable. Fernasco goes for a spin. These drivers are spinning like crazy. I told you this track would be hella tough for spins, and we saw it at Suzuka. We saw how easy it was for some of these drivers to spin, and it's coming to fruition here for sure. I knew it was going to be a difficult track for some of these guys. Hopefully Jim can get back in the lobby. I'm not sure what happened to him. TJ's wrecked. It's going to be a safety car. VSC. So, I mean, we've had tons of incidents. Acids into the pits. Same TJ's out. So what do you viewers think of those opening few laps? I mean, I thought it was quite chaotic. Most chaotic first few laps we've had since probably one of the first couple races of the season. It's okay, but something goes... Oh, never mind. That's an old message. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, J707J went for a spin. Same TJ, Bot was causing chaos all over. Permitted Singer gets a drive-through penalty as well. Oh my gosh, these guys need to learn. that you don't want to try and beat that delta. I mean, like a 1 or 2 tenth gain isn't going to help you in the long term, especially when you're not up somebody's ass, like really racing them. Like, sure, if you're trying to make an overtake, but like if you're just sort of like in no man's land, there's no reason to get its VSC drive-through penalty under the VSC with the delta. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I think it happened to me once in a league race, but that was a while ago. So, I mean, back when I was a bit more inexperienced. Let's go on board to Shahomey as Bath Plus was about to make a move there. I should have probably stuck with that battle, but here comes Shahomey into the bus stop chicane. He probably wants to wait, but oh, maybe you'll send it down the inside. Oh, Wendowski closed the door a little bit. Hey, that was a fair defense, though. I'll tell you that. Wendowski's driving an excellent race so far in his debut. Nontas is doing a pretty good job as well. He's missed a lot of races this season. Dio Rum's had a spin. Further back, it's been an absolutely disastrous campaign for the Alpine team today. 16th and 17th places at the moment. But through a Rouge and Radion we go. Here comes Shahomey in the slipstream with Wendowski. Shahomey is in for a real shot for the win today, I'll tell you that. As he moves by Wendowski and up into second place. Fred the Red, he's in the slipstream of Nontas. He's on the mediums, remember. Fred the Red is absolutely flying in the other stages. He goes around the outside of Nontas and puts it up in the 5th position, or 4th position, sorry about that. Excellent move from Freddie there. Remember, Fred, outside of that win at Vietnam last season, he's been a bit of a hit-or-miss driver, really, with, like, points. I mean, some weeks he'll look pretty decent, get a 6th or 7th place finish, and then some weeks he'll just make a mistake and then just call it quits. Sometimes you can't blame the drivers for doing it. It can get really frustrating when you make a silly mistake when you're battling for P5, P4, or even the podium. It happens to the best of us. Wendowski's about to lose the DRS of Shahomey, and it looks like, at least for most of the drivers, the spins have started to cool off as Jim's overtaken. Jim never got back into the lobby. I don't know what happened to him. So that's unfortunate for him. Oh, somebody did have a spin, and that was Dio. He's really strong. Yeah, so Jim said he had a setup setup problem where he picked the wrong setup and he thought he was going to be a hazard. Which, to be fair to him, it's probably better for him, like at least in his mind, if he thought he was going to wreck, it would just be better not to race, which I don't blame him for doing. Oh no, Fred! I told you, sometimes he's hit or miss, and today he missed the mark. He gets a 3-second time penalty for good measure. Hopefully he doesn't have any rear wing damage. Jason SMJ moves up into 4th. He's the quickest driver on track, I'd say. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with that. I mean, he'll do gap to the leader for now. Because why not? Fred the Red, although Fred the Red was having a decent race. I think, realistically, he could have gone a podium with a medium compound tire strategy. And now we'll just have to focus on moving his way back up the field. This race has definitely not been as exciting as the Russian Grand Prix last week. If you have not already, check the highlight video out for that. Not during the stream, obviously, but like after. While you're eating dinner or something like that. I don't know. Just check it out, because it was quite an exciting race, actually. Probably one of the best races we've had in a good minute. Oh, Dio Rum's wrecked. You can see that coming from a mile away. But what we couldn't see was Shahomey overtaking Maldonado off for the lead. Fred the Red's wrecked too. That's a safety car. Oh! Shahomey. Oh! I'm not gonna. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, he got disqualified. No. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Please don't tell me he got disqualified. No. Oh my gosh, man. Jeez. What an absolute mess of a race so far, if I'm being honest. I mean, some of the new drivers are driving a lot better than these guys. Shahomey just got screwed over. Maldonado off. He's still in the lead though. He's on the hards. Wendowski on the mediums. Permitted Singer on the mediums. Permitted Singer didn't pit though. J707J. All these guys put on mediums. Lolo Prog's putting on the sauce. We have 15 drivers left. We have a safety car. The safety car here is awful because it's such a long lap for the Reds lap decision. Safety car periods are the worst. Can't really talk about anything other than how chaotic of a race this has been. We still give Curtis and UK Demon a chance to get back into this race. Show me might have won that race if he didn't get that bullshit disqualification. Yeah. Let's see what Lolo Pro can do, man. Haven't heard much about this guy, but he is in 10th on the softs. And I'll tell you what, from what I heard from Ask Masters, he's pretty quick, so we could see him fly up the order potentially. We could see him fly up the order indeed. Another lap of the set card should be in, maybe at the end of this lap. If you're currently watching the stream, just give me something to talk about, please. I'm literally bored out of mind. Just comment who you think's gonna win, so we can have a conversation. Because I'm literally gonna fall asleep. I hate safety car periods. If they destroy the flow of the race, everybody's gonna be bunched back up. There's gonna be more incidents. Let's hope the next race isn't as chaotic. I think we have a bye week next week. No, we have Netherlands. We have the Dutch Grand Prix. And then we have a bye week, which what I know, you know what we're gonna do is we're going to do a a realistic car race, something we haven't done in over a year, and I think it'll be quite exciting with this grid. We'll see guys like GT8AT and Mercedes, well, guys like J707J and the Haas. Should make it quite interesting. And then after that week off, if you want to call it that, we'll have Italy, Imola, and then Silverstone to round off the season. So some of those tracks are quite difficult with spinning as well. What I might do for the next season is have a bit more like variety of the tracks. I guess more street circuits. Like Russia was actually an excellent race, and I think that was mostly because the drivers didn't have issues like with having to worry about spinning as much. Because on this game, like with the physics model, it's very easy to spin. But since at Russia it's basically all 90-degree corners, although that makes for like a bad spectacle IRL in the game. It's actually quite interesting. It kept the drivers all close. I mean, we had tons of battles every lap if you watch the highlights. So, I mean, yeah, but we're about to go back to green flag action here. When will Maldonado off go on this restart? I'm going to say he's going to bolt it in the middle of the bus stop chicane. That's what I do. Go now. No, he doesn't go. He's going to hold him up until the end of the bus stop, and now he speeds up. Wendowski loses about 5/10 to him, but that's pretty good for Wendowski. As they head off into turn 1, can J707J make a move potentially? Further back, it looks like Bats Plus is making a move on non-task into turn 1. But further up, Wendowski, he will be in the slipstream too far back to make a challenge at Maldonado off as we head towards Lake Calm at the end of the Camel Straight. Yeah, he won't be able to make a move. Bats Plus, meanwhile, is in the slipstream of that Williams car, who will be getting limited slipstream in front of him. Here he goes defensive. Bats Plus trying to go around the outside into Lake Calm. It's going to be a difficult move. Oh, yep, he gets forced wide. Bats is not going to be too happy about that for sure. Wendowski picks up a penalty. Oh, the Alfa Romeo of Fernasco tried to go down the inside there as well. That was quite an aggressive move. Fernasco's keep sticking it on the inside though. We saw him make a move around the outside of the no-name corner, but he doesn't do it this lap. But he's going to try and do a switchback on Bats Plus, but Bats should be able to fend that off. Further up, J707J. He's on the back of Permitted Singer. So we head through turns 13 and 14, I believe. I'll have to check that. I think that's turn 14. This is turn 15. J707J is right on the back of Permitted Singer. As we come through Blanchimont, up to Blanchimont now. Can J707J get the move pulled up yet? He swings right around the outside of Permitted Singer. And now has 2 drivers between himself and the lead. Great recovery from J7. Further back to Pastor, who was spun on lap 1 by Fabian Bot. He is pretty close to non-task. Can he make a move as we head up the Camel Straight through Eau Rouge? He might be able to make it before then. To Pastor at his home race, looking to get a good result here. Now he's in the slipstream. We're going board with him through this lovely sequence of corners. Wow, exhilarating! As he gets right up to the back of non-task. As we head down the Camel Straight now, it should be an easy move for the Mercedes, as long as he gets in the slipstream, gets a nice toe off the Williams, and activates that ERS. He should be able to pull off a similar move to Bats Plus. But non-task defends, just like he did with Bats. I thought Bats was going to have the move last lap, he didn't. This lap I thought Pastor might have the move, but he didn't. It just didn't work out for either of them. Non-task doing a good job of defending. As he's closing up to the Haas of Permitted Singer. Wendowski, the Brazilian, in second place currently on the mediums. He's about to pass Maldonado off, who put on the hard compound tires, surprisingly, which you normally don't do around this track. But J707J is really close too, and he may be able to pull off a double move as we head onto the Camel Straight next lap, lap 10. I think that might be what will happen. I think, yeah, that's my prediction. J707J will be in the lead by the end of lap 10. If I were Wendowski, I would just wait and save my ERS. I know Maldonado off might try and back him up into his teammate, but it's not worth making the move, because you will get overtaken by both McLarens. But he's going to try and make the move, actually. He goes deep into the bus stop. Excellent move, but that's going to grant Maldonado off the DRS as we head on to the Camel Straight. Wendowski will have to hope to try and build a bit of a gap. He's used up a decent amount of ERS as well, so I'm not sure if that was the smartest move. Could be 3 wide as we hit Lake Calm. I think Maldonado off might have the move before then, though. Yeah, he will. Wendowski should have waited. He would have been safe from J707J for sure. Now he might get overtaken by the pair of the McLarens. Just exactly what he doesn't want to happen. As here comes J707J down the inside into Lake Calm. Oh, J7, what a move. Further back to Pastor. Oh my gosh, Bats Plus. There's a lot of chaos back here. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Bats Plus is trying to get by Permitted Singer. Further up to Pastor, just made a move on non-task. Bats Plus going down the inside of Permitted Singer. But with ABS off, he's struggling. He gets tapped by the Alfa Romeo a little bit there. Fernasco, I think he got a little bit of a nudge. I know Bats was ticked off with some of the drivers driving last week. I think it was specifically Fabian Albati wasn't too happy with. And he's probably not going to be happy with that either. Go up to Jason SMJ. Heading through turn 15 now. He's right in the back of his teammate. Wendowski's staying pretty close behind, around 7/10. These two battle for too long. He could get back into this fight, but Jason SMJ takes the lead for now. Maldonado off. Wendowski close behind. I think he might be able to pull off the move this lap on Maldonado. Maldonado's in it for the long game, though. If he can stay with Jason SMJ in the DRS, he might have a chance at the end of this race. But I think Jason SMJ might just pull ahead of these guys by the end. We'll see, though. Yeah, Maldonado's pretty far back. It would take a hell of a run to get by Jason SMJ on this lap. With a lot of ERS usage as well. But he might have the move, Maldonado. I wouldn't count him out if he goes for it. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. I'd just say screw it and take the lead back. Why not? Further back, Fernasco's in the slipstream of Permitted Singer. Fastest first sector. No move to be made yet as Curtis makes a move on Matthew Hero. Nice move from Curtis, who's had a nice recovery after that lap 1 spin with whoever that was. It might have been Bats. But we can't pin that down to one driver. I'm not sure who. I'd have to check the replay of the stream. And Maldonado off has lost the DRS. Wendowski still sticking with Maldonado. As Maldonado just picked up a penalty as well for good measure. Wendowski's driven an excellent race so far in his debut. Probably the quickest of Aston Masters reserves, I think, that he's invited. I mean, Danger Times, you could say, was the quickest, but he worked out of his race. Wendowski has yet to do that. He's yet to spin. He's yet to make really any mistakes so far. Wendowski's driven excellently. Permitted Singer. And he's getting pressured by Fernasco and Bats. Oh, Bats! Really deep on the brakes. You can see Fernasco is really throttling it through the middle of that corner. He gives Permitted Singer a little bit of a love tap there. But down into turn 1, I think Fernasco might look for the move. Yeah, he's going to send it down the inside. And he goes way deep. Bats Plus is going to capitalize onto that. No, he isn't. Bats is really struggling this race. I think he's just a bit nervous with some racing around some of these guys. But contact, just trying to drive too conservative. That's going to cost him position to Aston Masters if he doesn't activate some of his ERS. Permitted Singer up ahead on Ontas. I think he made the move. Oh, but Acid. Oh, he didn't! Fernasco spun. He might have just spun on his own through Lakecom. I know that's a difficult corner. So Fernasco's lost a few positions there. I lost about 6 seconds to these guys. What are we going board? Bats Plus, I think? Nontes is starting to struggle. Bats Plus on the back of him now into turn 13. Unable to make the move. Oh, as Maldonado offset a wreck. He is wrecked out of turn 16. And it doesn't look like he has any wing damage for that. Grants Wendowski second place. Wendowski just driving it cool and calm. And he was able to force Maldonado off into a mistake. Now Jason SMJ has no defense. No help from his teammate. That's what I was trying to say. Montas, close to Permitted Singer, who boxes. Yeah, I forgot he stayed out a little bit longer. Maldonado's probably pitting for a nose change. Bats Plus should be able to pull off the move on Montas this lap. He just wants to make sure he doesn't let Aston Martin's goodbye as well. Lolo Prague starting to struggle on those soft compound tires behind. But he's been quite quick as well. So, good for him. Curtis J's keeping up to his guys even though he doesn't have DRS. Now Bats Plus in the slipstream of Nontas is really weaving. Trying to make it difficult, but I mean Nontas would be smart to just give up the position now. Oh my gosh, he wrecked him. Oh my god, what was he doing? That was really stupid. Oh boy. Watch out. Hopefully J707J isn't telling them some of his friends to mess around with bats. At least I hope that's not the case. Fernasco spun. Dropped it through turn... That's Puhan probably, where he dropped it. Bats has picked up a penalty. That was extremely clumsy driving from non-test there, if I'm being honest. That was really stupid. He was weaving like a goofball and then sending it into a late calm after Bats had the move done. Lola Prague pits. We'll see what he puts on. He's really going slow into the pit lane as well. He could have went a bit more aggressive into the pit lane there, Lolo. Probably. Probably put on the softs. Acid Masters, 8/10 behind Bats. Bosnia and Matthew Hero. This race has started to cool down a bit. I think there'll still be some decent action. Ooh, Lola Prague spawn. Unfortunately, pushing it on those softs. Just had an incident. I think Curtis J might be close to make a move on Nontas. Hopefully Nontas doesn't resort to that goofy driving he did on the previous, probably 3 laps ago with Bats. That was a bit clumsy, I think. Some of these drivers have been driving quite goofy. Watching on board Curtis J right now, as Bats Plus just got passed by Acid Masters. Here comes Curtis. He makes the move. Oh, he nearly spun it on that curb, but that was excellent driving from him. And he gets by Nontas. He's going to try and switch back. But I think Curtis has got the move, and Curtis is up into 6th place. What an excellent drive from Curtis. After that disastrous first lap, he's brought it back together quite nicely. And UK Demon's about to make the move too. He's followed through Curtis. Acid Masters was about to make the move on Bats Plus. Alright, Nontas, we'll see if you can make the move back on Curtis. Oh, he went for a goofy lunge there and he spun. Oh my gosh. Curtis has got spun there by Nontas. He's retired. Alright. That's unfortunate for him. See if UK Demon can get by. Pastor's starting to close. Oh no, Bats is wrecked. Oh, that's disastrous in terms of the championship. Bats will probably have to pit. It doesn't seem like he has any wing damage, at least from my visual. He probably has wing damage. Yeah, he definitely does. Just by the way he's driving. I think he has to. We'll see how he does through this corner. Yeah, he does. Don't notice it on the stream, but he definitely does. To Pastor, pretty close to Wendowski. Feel bad for Bats. He got really screwed over by some of these guys today. How much you do? This race has been a lot, I guess you want to call it worse than last week? Last week was quite exciting. One of the best races I've seen in a long time. This race just hasn't been great. Fernasco leaves the session. There's going to be a lot of incident reports that I'm going to have to deal with. Hopefully. Because I want to see people get justice for the incidents. If that makes any sense. I hate when people get away with dirty driving. It goes unchecked. Bats plus pits, obviously, he's going to go for a nose change. And we'll see if he can get by some of these guys. Pastor's starting to get into the slipstream with Wendowski. There's another yellow flag somewhere. Not sure who it's for. But all I know is it's Pastor. We'll try to take this final podium spot from Wendowski. I think he has a good possibility. He has a good chance to do that. We could see a rematch of Nontas and Bats at some point. I think Bats might be able to get past Matthew Hero. Potentially up here pretty soon. Nontas spins again. UK Demon just lost position to Permitted Singer. Nontas and Bats Plus are going to be really close here. I want to see this. This should be quite interesting. Bats Plus gets by Matthew Hero through Puan, nice move. And now, we'll see what happens here. I hope Nontas doesn't do anything stupid. For some reason he was driving really stupid when he was next to Bats the last time they were battling. I'm sure Bats will take that into account here. Oh my gosh, yeah, you see he's like driving like a goofball. Like really aggressive. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't see the point. Driving like a dickhead when this is your first race in over 2 months because you're always missing and not checking in, like marking in or checking if you're going to race or not, and then all of a sudden you show up after 2 months and then start driving like an idiot, which I don't approve of, frankly. You know, I mean, it's just annoying. We'll see what he does here. See, he's like, I don't know. It's really, I don't know, maybe he wasn't. We'll see if he actually like tries to defend it goofily again. Yeah, see, he sent it in there. I thought he was going to cause another collision. Maybe I'm being too harsh on the guy. But it looked like he had like some sort of agenda against him the way he was driving. Sorry if I'm doing that, because I try to stay unbiased as a commentator, but sometimes I see stuff that looks really goofy. And something that's interesting is Wendowski's about to get into the DRS with J707J all of a sudden. Could Wendowski win this race? I mean, it's going to take a little bit of luck with some penalties, but you never know. I'd like to see it happen. It would be pretty cool. Yeah, I know. He gave you a tap out of the final corner. I don't know. I thought he was driving kind of goofy. Find Me Now Bob was the other one. He had a really shitty race today after finishing second. Here comes Maldonado on UK Demon. In the turn one, I think he'll have the move. Yeah, UK Demon lets him by, and he'll try to get that DRS. See if he can stay close. Check the comments again on my phone. Here, well, hold up, give me a sec. He's very dirty, yeah. He's gonna be getting a few penalties. He hasn't, you know, he was a full-time driver. He raced once, or he didn't race at all this season. He signed up, didn't race at all, and all of a sudden he showed up. So that's quite interesting. J707J is already starting to extend the gap back out, so maybe he just had a mistake. It is quite interesting. It's been a bit of a dull race. I've had a few decent battles. Hopefully next week should be quite interesting. I think the other ones, it's going to be a bit of a survival type of race, just like this one was. Because I think, I recall, because I don't really play this game that much anymore, that was a track where you could spin very easily at some of those corners, even last game. And I think you could see a similar scenario play out like it did today, where we have a lot of spins in the first few laps and then everybody starts to gain some composure after first safety car. Because there have been barely any spins after we had like 5 people out in the first 5 laps. And I wonder if that has something to do with people not practicing, but we'll talk about that later as we got to Pastor really close to Wendowski as we head through Eau Rouge now onto the Camel Straight. Wendowski's going to go defensive. Here comes to Pastor in the slipstream with that ERS activated. He flies by Wendowski and up in second place with J707J not too far ahead. It's 1.5 seconds. And remember, both of those guys do not have a penalty, so that would be for the win if Pastor can get into that DRS window. Further back, Bats Plus will go on board with him as he heads up the Camel Straight. He's about to get by the Super Swede of United Bosnia. That should be a pretty easy move for Bats Plus compared to some of his others today with Montas. Here he comes. Great camera angle. Let's go on board with Bosnia as Bats gets by Bosnia. Nice move from the American. Back up to the leader, J707J. If I can find him on my driver select. There it is. He is really close to the DRS, but I don't think we'll get it. I want to see him get it though. That'd be quite interesting. Always, I think that's the Aston Martin of Lolo has had a spin coming out of that sequence of corners. I'm not sure what that corner name is. I know the first one's Lacombe, but I'm not sure. That like little chicane section after the first sector. I'm not sure what that corner's called. Pastor's in the DRS though. And what I would do if I were to Pastor in a situation is I would save up my ERS for the final lap and just full on send it through Eau Rouge and the Camel Straight on the final lap. Or if he's feeling really confident, try and go for the move into the bus stop on the final lap. Because I believe in Tier 2, when I race in Tier 2 just for fun, that's what Willie Kid Blue did to me last game. He made the move at the final corner. Of course, I wasn't really trying, but it was still quite fun. Wendowski! Who spawned? Who spawned? Why was there yellow flags? There's a yellow flag for nothing. Okay. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Oh! Tapastor's wrecked! Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me, Tapastor. You had the win. almost like guaranteed. I felt like he was going to get the win there because, oh, and Wendowski spun. I don't really care if they reset the track either, as long as it's not too ridiculous. So Wendowski's trying to sell. Master's trying to sell too. Could Acid Masters get another podium here? Wouldn't that be something? He's been like the best driver in this tier at capitalizing on other people's mistakes. I mean, he's done an excellent job. He doesn't have the greatest pace, but he's consistent. One of the most consistent drivers in this tier. Hasn't had a spin in a while, if I remember correctly, like some of these guys do. On to the final lap. I mean, J707J's just been handed the win. We've been robbed of a really decent finish. Much to talk about. I mean, I guess Maldonado maybe can make a move. Won't happen though for him. Here comes J707. Here comes J707J through Blanchimont on the final lap. It's been a pretty dominating performance from him outside of that spin in the first few laps. He's really just taking control of this race. And I'll take the win here at Spa-Francorchamps and close the gap in the championship by a fair bit. It might only be about a 1 or 2 point gap. We'll see. But J707J is your victor here. Wendowski, he'll finish P2 on track, but he'll lose it because of a penalty. But it's been an excellent drive for the Brazilian. What a great race for him in his debut. Acid Masters now coming through the final corner. Can he put his... can he get onto the podium? Nope, he is 8 seconds back of Wendowski. And Permitted Singer, decent result for him and Maldonado, who... Maldonado really could have won this race if he didn't have that spin, but he'll finish 6th. And Permitted Singer finishes 5th. UK Demon in 7th. Bats Plus, what could have been, he finishes 9th and he loses his championship advantage, and I know he'll be really pissed off in the Discord. Some of these people, some of these drivers driving. Matt here comes home in 10th, Non-Tas in 11th. Is he just gonna fuck around? What are you doing? Okay, what was the purpose of that? Lola Prague, decent race for him overall. I mean, he's had a bad few mistakes, and if he didn't have that, he would go on some solid points. So that's really your rundown. We had a lot of drivers crash out today. J707J is your victor. Okay, so let me think. Alright, rundown here. We'll do the rundown. And we'll end the stream. We'll look forward to next week at the Netherlands, the Dutch Grand Prix. Hopefully J707J is back in the commentary booth. Because that would really help, man. It really help. Because it gets really boring. Yeah, I know, he's acting like a freaking idiot. He's gonna cost us drivers. Because people are gonna leave because of that bullshit. And I'm not happy about that. Because like what Curtis said, he would race full time, but he doesn't want to race with people like that. So, I mean, that really just can't happen. Jason SMJ is your victor, though. DePaster's in second. Wendowski, excellent drive in third. Masters in fourth. Permitted Sugar in fifth. Sixth is Maldonado. Seventh, UK Demon. Eighth, Bats Plus. Ninth, Bosnia. 10th, Mathieu. 11th, Non-Task. 12th, Oloprog. 13th, Jim, who unfortunately had to leave because of a setup mistake. Fernasco in 14th. Curtis J in 15th. Xiaomi in 16th, Fred Red in 17th, Dio, Rum, Skady in 18th, 19th, Sam TJ, and 20th was Fight Me Now Bot. We'll see you guys next week at the Netherlands. Hope you all have a safe night. And yeah, we'll go through the comments real quick. If there's anything. Yeah, he's not a regular driver and he's going to get a really big penalty, so don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Because I know he messed up a few drivers' races. I mean, he was a full-time who never showed up, so I moved him to reserve. I didn't even know he's racing today. I thought, hey, he's in like 4th position after like lap 3. He might be a decent driver, and then, ooh, not good. So, I mean, that's about everything I want to say. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully it's a bit of a cleaner race. I mean, there weren't too many bad incidents. It was just a few drivers just show up to mess shit up and fuck around, which I'm not going to tolerate, so, I mean, we'll deal with that. I'll see you guys next week, though.